I drove by a billboard this morning that was urging, in huge bright scarlet letters, women to plumpify their eyelashes. I don't have anything to add to that, but I wanted to make a note of it. Because of the books I have been reading, I've been thinking about quality lately. Quality is very difficult to assess because it's abstract and therefore subject to personal judgment. It's like taste, about which there can be much dispute but no agreement, no matter how firmly one may be convinced of their own call. So quality exists in a shadowland. We may feel we know it, but we can't define it. We can't pin it down. That would not seem to be the case when it comes to quantity. Quantity is a world of exact weights and measures. Great taste in food may be a quality, but recipes for cooking often depend on the use of precise amounts, so the taste can be duplicated. How well is elusive, but how much is precise. That's what I was thinking, anyway, when I saw a bumper sticker shortly after I saw that billboard that read, "Enough is enough." It went on to say more about voting to cure our ills, but it was that first part that got me thinking. Enough is enough. It seems simple and unarguable. In fact, it's an equation, a mathematical relation. Enough equals enough. That sure seems to be the case. However, given human nature and the fact that enough is a variable, I must disagree. Very often, enough is not enough. Maybe it should be, but it's not. For kids, enough is frequently not enough. Enough is essentially more of an adult concept. Children do not know when to stop. They want to eat too much or drink too much or tease too much or pout too much. They continuously flirt with too much on their way to learning about enough. Adults are there to instruct them in this. Capitalism is not about enough. Socialism, that may be about enough, from each according to their ability, to each according to their needs, something like that, enough for everyone. But capitalism is all about acquiring as much as possible, money and property and power and things, even plumpified eyelashes, and for some, there can never be enough of that. The very idea of enough, satiety, would offend a serious capitalist. Like the child, they live for more. However, the child was testing, experimenting. The capitalist just keeps on wanting more. There is no sense of limit or enough in that world. Enough would be the equivalent of a child saying uncle, meaning that's enough, I want out, I quit. Capitalists don't quit. They press on. It's built right into the nature of the system. In NASCAR, they decided that the speeds were getting too fast, especially on some of the tracks, like Daytona and Talladega. So they came up with a device that would slow the cars down. Restrictor plates are put over the air intakes, and they dramatically cut an engine's power and thereby limit the car's top speed. It was designed to do that for the safety of the drivers, but what it also did was create what's nearly an entirely new sport, namely restrictor plate racing, in which the cars, now all equal in performance, travel in one huge pack, 3 or 4 cars wide, passing only when they can do so because of drafting and the force of the cars behind. A bump or a nudge can also do wonders to improve position on the track as the finish line approaches. Parents, I guess, are the restrictor plates for children, and sometimes legislation tries to limit the laissez-faire, all-out crush of capitalism. But all it does, usually, as in NASCAR racing, is create a new set of rules, which leads to new ways of getting around those rules. And why is this? Because enough is definitely not enough. Never has been, never will be. People want to win. People want more. That's why the world is imperfect, out of whack, plumpified, if you will. Enough should be enough, but it's not.